Good morning, my friends. Today I'm going to continue. We're going to get in this week about what we're called to be, and that is missionaries and how to live a missionary life. But I wanted to talk to you first about Jesus's call and his cost of discipleship. The theologian Dietrich Bonhoeffer says there's no road to faith or discipleship, no other road, only obedience to the call of Jesus. And you think about the first story where Jesus called Peter and his brother Andrew, and we know that they were fishing, and he meets them and he says, "Come follow me and I'll make you fishers of men." And it said that they at once dropped their nets and followed him. So our first call is to obedience. He didn't ask for a profession or confession of faith there. He asked for action. He didn't say, "Just believe in me." He says, "Follow me." And it says at once, like instantly. They didn't know where they were going. They didn't know where they were following, but they knew that they had to just leave what they knew behind and follow him. It was an act of pure obedience. That's where we get the deny yourself, pick up your cross, and follow me. He's asking for full obedience to him, just to simply let go of everything and follow. You know, we learn in Luke 9 where he says, whoever wants to save their life will lose it, but whoever loses their life for me and the gospel will save it. Think about that. What does he mean by if you save your life, you'll lose it? You know, the way I read that is, the things that I hold on to, my way of thinking, my plans, my intentions, my priorities, if it's all about that and it's not following the will of God, eventually I will pass away and all those things will be for naught. And it's possible that by turning from Jesus, I won't have either of those things. I won't have eternity with Jesus, and I won't have those things that I strived for and held on to so dearly. But he says, if you leave those things behind and you follow me with a new life, you will save that life, because that life that you are leading in obedience to Christ will carry you on through eternity. So for the first calling, it's obedience. The second is a one-mindedness. You think about the rich ruler who had lots of money, and he comes to follow Jesus, and he says, "What must I do?" And I do all these things. And Jesus says, "You're lacking something." He says, "I want you to go sell all your possessions and give it away to the poor, and then you can come follow me." And he said, and it was said that he was sad because he was rich. And you know what that rich young ruler ended up choosing to do? Walk away. Because letting go of the things that he had loved so dearly, he couldn't let go of. And I wonder, and I ask you today to think about, what would be the one thing that if Jesus said, "Now you go and you let go of this, then come follow me," that you might say, "Man, that's a really hard decision." And I'll bet we all have one. It can be our careers, it can be our goals, it can be our jobs, it can be our families. It could be anything that we would have to pause and maybe not follow. So there's a one-mindedness. And then we're called to one calling. He says, "You go," he tells the disciples, he says, now in Acts 1 verse 8, he says, "Now you go and you're going to be my witnesses in in Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, and to the ends of the world." He called them to witness, and the word witness is martyrs. It's where we get the word martyr, that means one who witnesses unto death. So believing in Jesus, your salvation costs you nothing, but truly following and being a Christ follower, disciple, costs you everything. It costs you your entire life, your way of thinking. D.L. Moody, I love his quote. He says, if a man is going to walk with God, he has got to agree with God. He has got to give up his own thoughts and ways, for God is above us. Do you believe that? Are you willing to give away your thoughts and your own ways to be obedient to God? That is a question for today that we must all ask ourselves. God loves you, and Yosemite Church and I love you. And I look forward to being you the rest of the week till we can learn how to be witnesses in our community and in our world, how to love others well, and how to be disciples of Jesus. God bless you and have a wonderful day.